Hello everyone, and welcome to my EastEnders Soap Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The actress committed to a set number of episodes for particular storylines, portraying Suki Panesar's former girlfriend Aisha on the BBC soap opera. Watchers saw Aisha being escorted to Walford by her husband's killer, Nish Panesar. He reasoned that he could use her return and introduction to Suki to sever Suki's bond with Eve Onwin. However, Aisha soon showed that she was more than equal to Nish and began to mend Suki and Eve's friendship in addition to placing him back in his box. To the dismay of fans, however, actress Layla has already wrapped up filming and departed the serial opera. My last episode on at EastEnders tonight, she wrote on Instagram. I sincerely appreciate all of your lovely messages and encouragement. It was the most fun being Aisha. I hope you liked the episode tonight and I'll see you soon on screen. Layla X. Fans, who are heartbroken by her departure, are pleading with managers to offer her a full-time, long-term contract. No, one person wrote. You should be a full-time character on EastEnders. Folded hands, medium light skin tone. You were fantastic. And gorgeous, of course. Says the second, return to EastEnders, please. That was insufficiently long. This page includes spoilers for the episode that may be watched on BBC iPlayer right now, but is scheduled to air on Wednesday, July 10th. In the most recent episode of EastEnders, Billy Mitchell discovers the truth about his mother's passing, leaving him heartbroken. Billy, the owner of a market stall, made a terrible discovery when he attempted to plan a family gathering to honor his father Stevie's birthday. After a suspicious Phil Mitchell, Steve McFadden, interrupted the party, Stevie, Alan Ford, eventually admitted that Billy's mother Val had died by suicide decades earlier. Billy, Perry Fenwick, and Teddy, his half-brother, Roland Manukian, were taken aback when Stevie disclosed that his relationship with Teddy's mother had caused Val so much pain that, at the age of 9, she committed suicide. Broken-hearted Billy had always thought his mother had abandoned the family and was still out there. Billy assaulted his new sibling in a violent confrontation that followed the extra twist that Stevie had set up home and played happy families with Teddy while the young Billy ended up in care. Billy broke down in tears, unable to process the news of his mother's death, and said he couldn't bear to be near Stevie and Teddy. Thanks in particular to Stevie's most recent deception, Phil persuaded Billy to realize that Stevie was a bad man and that he ought to be permanently exiled from the Mitchell household. Billy broke down in tears over the phone to his cherished fiancée Honey, Emma Barton, who was away taking care of her ailing Aunt Caroline. He shared the shocking news of his mother's suicide. He broke down as he sought to express himself in a heartbreaking scenario as he broke the news. Teddy visited Billy again in the interim and informed him that he had not heard about Val's passing. Teddy encouraged Billy to cherish their developing brotherly relationship, and upon hearing of Billy's years spent at the bottom of the family tree, Teddy asserted that Billy was wealthy because of his loyal family members, which made him superior to Phil, the leader of the clan. Later, Teddy proposed that his father leave Walford as they were having a drink outside of the Vic. Teddy stated, "You turned Mum into some big lie as well," during a heart-to-heart. Mother, like though she were simply a random female you met one evening. It's not like you can help yourself, is it? You simply can't stop lying now that you've lied all your life. You and Billy are not the only ones who have flushed down the Kotze. After taking a sip of his beverage, Stevie questioned Teddy, "So what happens now?" Teddy answered, "Well, that's me and Billy now, so I think it's best you go." Stevie glares at his kid, clearly hurt and disappointed, but will he really be leaving Albert Square? Billy was even more surprised across the square when his son Will, Freddie Phillips, clarified that Phil had forced him to accuse Stevie for the charity money theft after misinterpreting his outburst. Billy approached Phil, feeling emboldened by Teddy's support and incensed at his persistent lies, informing him that matriarch Peggy, Barbara Windsor, would be rolling over in her grave. The harsh man watched with a look of rage in his eyes as Billy pointed out that he had spent years calling Phil a hero, but that now, in his book, Phil was the runt of the litter instead of Billy. After one character on EastEnders came closer to the truth, viewers believe the six may claim a second victim months after Linda Carter killed Keanu Taylor on the BBC soap opera. Following a horrible Christmas Day murder some months ago, viewers of the BBC soap opera EastEnders fear another shocking tragedy is imminent. One Walford citizen seems to be coming closer to the truth regarding Keanu Taylor's death, which could put the six in danger. Fans are aware that Linda Carter killed Keanu by mistake over the Christmas season, and that Suki Panesar, Kathy Beale, Denise Fox, Sharon Watts, and Stacey Slater assisted in covering it up. A few locals have now learned the truth, which is that Dean Wicks was set up for the crime. Now that Bernadette Taylor is certain Dean may not be the murderer, she is anxious to learn what happened to her brother Keanu. This week, she went after Linda in the hopes that she would admit to fabricating her statement regarding Dean since she thought Linda might be aware of the truth. Clearly unaware that Linda is the murderer, Bernie is now going after Keanu's former girlfriend Sharon. This week, the character was observed pushing Linda, an alcoholic, to drink in order to get a confession. As a result, Linda nearly passed away. Bernie received harsh criticism for her behavior, and Sharon promised to watch her closely in case she discovered the truth. However, as the six attempt to cover their tracks, fans are now wondering if this most recent turn will result in a shocking death. Bernie will probably go after Sharon at this point in an attempt to learn the truth about what actually transpired and who was responsible. Viewers may believe Bernie will figure it all out and be killed to silence her, which might put her in risk. Can't help thinking Bernie will be the next to be buried 6 feet deep under the arches, speculated a viewer on X. I bet the situation with Bernie in the six will be something out of Desperate Housewives, said a second viewer in agreement. When Bernie discovers that Linda killed Keanu, she will pass away and the six will have to bury Bernie's body before she can contact the police department. We can't see the women committing another murder, the way they disintegrated after their first. But how will they stop Bernie from disclosing everything if she does manage to collect the information she needs? Watchers are aware that Bernie had been collaborating with Dean Wicks to reveal Linda's fabrications regarding Keanu Taylor's passing, but, after Dean obtained his desired outcome, he left Bernie on her own. She also went too far in pushing Linda in today's episode. Bernie noticed an evil twinkle in her eye after hearing Sharon and Johnny argue about Linda's drinking and being removed from the witness list. And after Johnny left Linda in Gina's close supervision, he went to see the prosecutor in an effort to persuade her to change her mind about dumping Linda. But while he was out, Gina kept Linda occupied and convinced her to assist in the kitchen rather than near the alcohol. Then Bernie made a move. In an attempt to persuade Linda to break and reveal what she knew, she feigned distress over Dean possibly getting away with it and stated she needed a drink. She tried to get Linda to tell her what had happened with Keanu at Christmas while showing off a full bottle of vodka and pouring her drink after drink. When Johnny entered, he was shocked to discover Linda inebriated once more. She continued to apply pressure until Linda was on the verge of losing it. Later on, Johnny had had enough when Linda continued to drink upstairs. Linda became irrational and blamed Johnny for her most recent relapse after he informed her that she was back on the witness list and that he was sending her to treatment. She was yelled at by Johnny, "Look at yourself. That explains why you and your father broke up. Years ago is when he ought to have moved on and found happiness. I hope it was you, not him, who passed away." With Bernie's guilt-tripping in his remarks, Linda was struck hard, and she hit the bottle once more. However, when Johnny went to apologize to his mother after Sharon had visited and given him a pep talk, he discovered that she was choking on her own vomit. When Gina heard Johnny yelling, she raced in, put Linda in the recovery position, and instructed Johnny to phone for an ambulance while he just stood there stunned. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.